You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Attraction Checklist is made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons. Not only do patrons get to hear these shows up to a week in advance before their release, they also get special downloads of just the recorded attraction audio for each episode, and they get exclusive bonus episodes about attractions from other theme parks. Consider becoming a patron today for as little as $1 a month over at patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media. And thank you for your support. My name is Grandpa Choco, and I invite you to join me on my quest to learn about and experience every Disney park attraction I possibly can. This is Attraction Checklist. Welcome to Attraction Checklist. This is a special, supersized episode of Attraction Checklist as we celebrate the opening of Galaxy's Edge with not one, but 3 rides on the brand new attraction, Millennium Falcon, Smugglers Run. Now, the guide map describes this attraction by saying, fly the Millennium Falcon on a thrilling, interactive smuggling mission. Guests must be 38 inches or taller in order to ride, and the thrill level describes the ride as being a thrill ride with small drops that is dark and loud. FastPass will eventually be available for this attraction, and there is a single rider line. Now, before we get our marching orders from Hondo, here are 5 fast facts about Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. 1. Though fans knew a Millennium Falcon attraction was being built for Galaxy's Edge, it didn't receive its official name, Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, until November 17, 2018, when it was officially announced at Destination D. 2. After going through some early previews, the ride officially opened to the public at Disneyland on May 31st, 2019. 3. The storyline of the attraction puts it immediately after 2017's The Last Jedi. Chewbacca has brought the Millennium Falcon to Black Spire Outpost to receive some repairs after the events in that film. 4. The animatronic of Hondo that is featured in the pre-show area of the attraction is one of the most advanced next-generation A1000 animatronics ever built. It features 51 total functions, 10 in the head alone. Taking a cue from Ben Franklin and Olaf, this animatronic even appears to take a few steps as if it's walking. And 5. The outcome of the attraction depends on how well you and your crew work as a team, and because of that, there can be little variations in the film and the on-ride dialogue. Another difference depends on when you ride the attraction. If you ride during the day, you take off during the day. Ride the attraction at night, and you take off at night. It's a great little detail. Well, now let's ride Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. I have 3 versions of the ride for you. We will skip the queue and go right to the ride for my very first ride and review. Then we'll check out the queue and the pre-show for what was my 3rd ride through the attraction. The first and third rides have different outcomes, so listen for those. Finally, I was fortunate enough to get to ride the attraction solo. That's right, by myself. So that audio will bring up the rear. In addition to my reviews, I have a special review with Paul Berry of the Window to the Magic podcast at the very end of this episode. And one last thing. If you'd like to hear 50 minutes of me describing my entire 2-day trip to Galaxy's Edge, it is available as a bonus episode to the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who pledge at $5 or more per month. Okay, let's hit the hyperdrive. This is a binaural recording, so if you have headphones, put them on now, as we are about to experience Disneyland's Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run.
Good luck to you all. You might need it. Today's flight takes you to the planet Corellia. You will be intercepting a first-order train shipment of coaxium. Gunners, you clear the path. Pilots, line up behind the train. And engineers, you harpoon that precious cargo. All right, into the cockpit. I hope you are ready, my friends, but to be sure, I will be coming along with you.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados y cuide a los niños. Gracias.
Everybody tug on those yellow tabs for me, please.
Fair enough. Time is money.
Check it out real quick, thank you. Alright, activate your mouse by pushing those blinky buttons. Vendors, shoot anything that shoots at us. Engineers, push those blinky buttons. Have a great flight. I'm gonna press everything. Look at this.
Right engineer. Repair and hit your blasting button. You'd better be faster when we get in real trouble. Right, pilot? Push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left. Move your stick to fly right and left. Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly up. And push forward to fly down. Weapons are online.
That's it?
Yeah.
That was like
Now let's go get that coaxium. Right, pilot. Made the jump to light speed.
I
told you, it's 1 foot. I told you.
Hey, jump. Up. Yes, keep shooting. They've locked onto us. Take evasive action. There it is. After that plane. Flight engineers, fire the harpoons. Excellent. Now gunners, shoot the cargo free. Left pilot, brakes. Well, my friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Power up the ship. Well, I have the coaxium. You see, just as I promised, my friend. Come on, let's get another container of coaxium. Pilots, line up behind the plane so we can harpoon that last car. Flight engineers, fire the harpoons and reel us in. Gunners, shoot the train. The cargo's breaking free. Keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Good job, my friends. Yes. We got the coaxium. I will grab him. You keep after the train. Gunship. Oh, that's nothing. Things are getting too hot. We've got to get out of here. Yes, a distraction! Fire the missiles at the train! Hurry! It's coming down! Yes, pilot! Hit the boosters! Boost! We made it! I don't believe it, but we made it! Now, let's get out! Your hyperdrive failed. Pilots, evasive maneuvers. We've got company. Chew is right. If we leave them back, they may find the resistance. He's the last. You did it. Watch out. Oh, that's good. Yes, Chewie will pilot us in remote. You retrieve 2 containers of coaxium. This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud. Now after my modest profit. Your gun minus what you owe me for damaging something is. Hey, not bad.
No, push it, run. They told you to school. I know.
R5, damage report. Engine failure. All right. Hyperdrive leak. That is not too good. Multiple hull ruptures. Well, it could be worse. Life support failure. Okay, that's something. I'm just going to cut you off there. It might be faster if you list the parts that are not damaged. You know, the ones that help us to breathe. All right, my friends. You brought the Falcon back in one piece, and I guess that is something. Not a lot, but something. Welcome back to Batu.
I shot 13 times. Oh, I did 6.
All right, I am making an executive decision. Everybody out. Go on, get out.
Make sure you take your droids and your creatures, because we have too many here as it is.
All available techs. We have a Corellian freighter that needs immediate transport back to the maintenance bay. This thing's seen better days. Better fix all that before the Wookiee sees it.
So that was my first adventure on Smugglers Run, and my first time on it. And here's my initial thought, is that you're so busy looking at your buttons, you don't get to see what's going on in front of you. And that was a little bit of my... I was a little bit, I was like, I want to watch the film, I want to see what's going on. But I was an engineer, so I was constantly looking to the side. I'm hoping that some point later tonight I can get Pilot or something to try it differently. I liked it. It was fun. I think the problem with the Millennium Falcon is that so much stuff obscures your view. Like, you don't have a big clear window in front of you. But it was fun. And, I enjoyed it. I will certainly go on it again a couple more times tonight. But I don't know if I was going to rate this. I think Flight of Passage might be better. I might say that. Now, here's the other thing. I went through the standby line, or the single rider line. I did not go through standby. So I missed the whole queue area. So I'm looking forward to doing that later tonight, and perhaps I will update after that. But, right now, initial impressions, it was all right. It was okay. Flight similar Star Tours on steroids. And there you go. That's my initial review of Smugglers Run.
Sequence check. Activate turbopump. No, that's the thrust vectors. Activate turbopump. Oh, no, that's not. That's the thrust vectors again. Okay. Just the turbopump. Oh, come on. Are you guys messing with me? Seriously, Hondo wants this thing fixed and back on a ship today. This is not a joke.
Let's bring all the cockpit
side. How many here? Oh, shit.
We're in a bit of a situation. First order.
The first order, excellent.
We're not authorized to pick up the cargo.
Picking up the cargo, good.
Then accuse us of stealing.
Well, see, now you're breaking up. I cannot hear you.
Hondo, don't you dare!
I don't. Oh, unfortunate technical difficulty. Boring conversation anyway. Aha! Another group of flight candidates. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. What a fine-looking group of flight professionals. You remind me of me, but without the bounty on your heads. Recognize a few of you. You've flown for me before. I can't believe you made it back. It's good you made it back. Good for you.
Hondo, one of the engines blew up again.
We'll talk later. I have to do everything around here. This is... Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. The Millennium Falcon. Unload for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend. Yes. As we agreed, you let us use the ship. We'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win. You help the resistance, and I get all the profits. Wow, the first order will never know we were there. Okay, time to go, so, bye-bye. We better go before he changes his mind. Move along, my friends. Listen carefully and remember, the better you work together, the more you earn. And if and when you are successful, the rewards will be astronomical. Anything you want. Welcome, my friends. Right this way. Nothing to be afraid of. Yeah? Just kidding. A brand new flight crew. Good luck to you all. You might need it. Today's flight takes you to the planet Corellia. You will be intercepting a first-order train shipment of coaxium. Gunners, you play the path. Pilots, line up behind the train. And engineers, you harpoon that precious cargo. And as we always say here at Onaka Transport Solutions, get out of here and go make Hondo some money.
Pilots, gunners, and supervise younglings. Por favor, permanezcan sentados y cuidados
All right, once you are seated, go ahead and buckle your seatbelts. Time is credits, and Hondo loves credits more than anything else. All right, pilots, go ahead and pull on your yellow straps. Yellow straps, make sure those are secure. Gunners, yellow straps. And engineers, go ahead and pull on your yellow straps. See, I told you. Hit your flashing buttons to activate your console. Set those flashing buttons. All right, left pilot, you'll be flying left and right. Right pilot, up and down. My gunners, you can choose automatic or manual. So choose whichever you like. And engineers.
Wait, which automatic?
What do you mean automatic? Alright, and engineers, you're going to be hitting your flashing buttons to fix everything. These two pilots up front break, so best of luck with that.
Don't break anything, guys.
You can do automatic targeting or manual targeting.
Flight engineers, repair desk. If you're flashing buttons,
What's it funny?
you'd better be faster when we get into real trouble. Right, pilot? Push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left. Move your stick to fly right and left. I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly up. And push forward to fly down. Weapons are online. Left pilot. Hit the booster.
I think you're on our side.
Let's go get that coaxium. Right, pilot. Make the jump to light speed. There's the train. Keep shooting! They've locked onto us. Take evasive action. There it is. After that train. Flight engineers, fire the harpoon. Excellent. Gunners, shoot the cargo free. The pilot brakes. Oh! God! Well, my friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Now power up the ship. Well, I grab axiom. You see, just as I promised, my friend. Come on, let's get another container of coaxium. Our wireless, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Flight engineers, find the harpoons and reel us in. Gunners, shoot the train. Yes, keep mashing those controls. The cargo's ready. We'll keep shooting. I think I will let you tell the rules. Oh, that's things are getting hard. We've got to get out of here. Yes, a distraction. Fire the missiles at the train. Hurry. It's coming down. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Boost. We made it! I don't believe it, but we made it! Now, let's get up! Your hyperdrivers failed. Pilots, evasive maneuvers! We've got company! Chewie's right. We cannot let them follow us back to the resistance! Only 3 left. You did it. Watch out! That's going to be hard.
What the heck?
Yes, Chewie will pilot us in remote. You retrieved 1 container of coaxium. This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud. Now, after my modest profit, your cut minus what you owe me for damaging the Falcon is, hey, not bad.
Hey, we're rich.
Oh, wait, my friends. I'm afraid we have picked up a hitchhiker. All fine. Scan the exterior of the Falcon for life forms. You see, this happens sometimes when you travel through uncharted regions of the galaxy as much as I do. It is not unusual to find a stray species or two clinging to the hull. Nothing. Well, keep looking. The last thing I want is to let another Rathdal loose in here. I am not cleaning that up. Did you hear that? It's right over my cockpit. What is it? With tentacles. I hate tentacles. How many tentacles? Well, I'm not opening these doors until you get rid of it. It could be dangerous for the cargo. And for the crew, of course. Primarily the crew, but... Oh, you got it. Well, can we sell it? No. Anyway, time to disembark. Whoa, looks like we're ready to unload.
We're gonna find what's that, pilot? Oh no.
43
Very slow hard.
All available techs, we have a Corellian freighter that needs immediate transport back to the maintenance bay. This thing's seen better days. Better fix all that before the Wookiee sees it.
Alright, I have now ridden Smugglers Run 3 times, This is a little bit of an update. I waded through the queue area so that I could see all the stuff. And let me just say, the Hondo, if that's his name, Hondo, I believe it is, his animatronic is so awesome. It's really great. It walks around, it takes some steps. It's amazing. So I'm so glad that I did that. The past 2 times I went, I was the pilot. And it is difficult. I'm going to try and go back in and get to be the gunner. I like the ride a little bit more. I have now seen 2 different, possibilities. Because one, we got 2 of the crates, and then the other 2 rides, we only got 1 of the crates. Unfortunately, I didn't record the one with the 2 crates. I just forgot to hit record, so that's my bad. Anyway, a little update to this. I still think the Millennium Falcon cockpit, it just obscures your view. It's crazy. And I just would love a clear field of vision, but I understand. I mean, that's what the Millennium Falcon is. It's an okay ride. It's great. I'd say 3 out of... Suzanne asked me what I would rate it out of asteroids, and I'd said 3 out of 5 asteroids for now. I'm also excited to ride it tomorrow because I heard that during the daytime there is a different mission or something like that, or it's different. So I'm looking forward to it. And there you go. That's my updated review of Smugglers Run.
Remain seated and supervise younglings.
Go ahead, have a seat and buckle in. Just you today. It's going to be an interesting run, to say the least. Go pull up on that yellow strap for me, please. And just hit that flash button. You're going to be steering left and right today. We're going to do all we can from the outside, but we'll see how it goes. Remember, hit any button that starts to flash. Good luck.
Engineers. Automatic repair engaged. Left pilot, push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left, move your stick to fly right and left. Only one pilot? You won't be able to steer with it. Oh, watch it! Really makes flying this thing look easy, eh? No gunners. Auto weapons engaged. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Now let's go get that coaxium. Left pilot, make the jump to light speed. Oh, there's the train. Jump. Papa. Those heavy ties are protecting the train. Take them out. They've locked onto us. Take evasive action. Gunners, we need to defend ourselves. Open fire. Ah, there it is. After that train. Left pilot, brakes. Good work. Well, my friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Power up the ship. Well, I grab the coaxium. You see, just as I promised, my friend. Now that the resistance has what they need, maybe a little something for Hondo. Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Gunship. Oh, that's ridiculous. Things are getting too retrieved 1 container of coaxium. This would greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud. Now, after my modest profit, your cut minus what you owe me for damaging the Falcon is... Oh, that is rough. R5, damage report. Engine failure. All right. Hyperdrive leak. That is not too good. Time for you to go. And don't worry, the payment is on the way. Trust me.
Off-road belongings.
All available techs, we have a Corellian freighter that needs immediate transport back to the maintenance bay. This thing is practically scrap metal.
So that was Smugglers Run solo, which is kind of ironic. Yeah, I was the only one in the cockpit, so there was a lot of automatic stuff. I was sitting in the Han Solo seat, so the left pilot seat, and it was pretty cool. And I loved being able to hear everything, and the recording, I think, hopefully came out really great because I was just having fun. It was a lot of fun, and the ride is slowly growing on me. I don't know how. I would love to see some other endings, get some serious people in there, and see some or other things to happen. I know, like, if you damage the hyperdrive, you come out into an asteroid field, so that's really cool. But this time I did not, because I was a pretty good pilot. Anyway, riding solo, pretty amazing here at Galaxy's Edge. Well, I am here with Paul Barry, and we just got off your first time on Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, and I would love to get your initial opinions on it.
Whoa! Wow! I cannot even process what I just went through.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing. First off, the queue is gorgeous. The interactivity as you're walking through, getting on the Play app and doing everything, and then finally getting into the Falcon itself and getting your photo taken sitting at that hollow chess table.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then once we got onto the Falcon itself, I mean, it was just all heck breaks loose. And then you're in space. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's really great. I love the little details, like when you first walk onto the fountain, the floor makes that sound. Like the panels are just a little loose, so they click, just like the stormtroopers did when they walked through in the first movie in Star Wars.
I think I was overwhelmed. I may have missed that.
And I do think it's really interesting that you get into this point where you're just hanging out with the other people. There's no more line. Right. You're just hanging out, and it's real interesting because I kind of compare it to Flight of Passage. Okay. Where Flight of Passage is just... you get into smaller and smaller groups, but there's never like this atmosphere of like, hey, just hang out and take photos and just chill out and relax.
It would have been nice, it's odd to say, but it would have been nice if we would have had about 5 more minutes in that room. Yeah. But I understand why we didn't.
Maybe when this is open, you will have a little bit more time in that room because there'll be more groups.
I would think, based on where you are in the attraction at that point, that they're going to process people through there pretty quickly. Yeah.
The other thing was the first time I rode it, now I don't know if you experienced this as well. The first time I rode it, I was engineer, just like you were in this.
Sure.
And it was almost too much.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's too much like I don't know what to push, I don't know where to go. But I think once you ride it a few times, you get it.
You turned around at one point and pointed at the light that was flashing. You're like, hey, idiot, you know.
We got to get a high score.
Yeah.
You know, because it totally is video game. Now, you don't like motion rides, or not all the time.
Right. I do get motion sick, and this was minimal.
Yeah.
Now, I think, based on my experience this time, I'm going to try and sit more forward the next time and see if I get ill.
Yeah.
Because it'll be interesting to get to that pilot seat. Now, I had pilot on this one, and I gave it up.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's I did okay.
And this one, you'll definitely, even after this reservation period opens and the crowds die down a little bit, you would ride this again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, well, Paul, thank you so much. Great to have you on the show.
Absolutely.
And thanks so much.
You bet. Thanks.
May the force be with you.
Yes, and also with you.
Do you agree or disagree with our thoughts on this attraction? Or do you just want to let me know what attraction we should go on next? Send me an email at hello@SaturdayMorningMedia.com, or you can let me know via Twitter, where my username is ToasterBoy, or post on the Attraction Checklist Facebook page at facebook.com/Attraction Checklist. This episode was edited by Steven Staver. Attraction Checklist is a production of Saturday Morning Media and made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a monthly pledge for as little as $1 a month. Patrons get new episodes before they are released, downloads of the ride audio recorded for each episode, and exclusive bonus episodes featuring attractions from other theme parks. If you'd like to support this show and the other fun content from Saturday Morning Media, become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly pledge today. You can also tell a friend about the show or leave the show a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. Attraction Checklist is copyright 2019 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Pachoco executive producer, all rights reserved. www.SaturdayMorningMedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.